highlight the first, Johnny. A win in 4 seconds and a win in 16 seconds. Wow. You know, yeah, I mean, he said to us earlier, who else is doing this in this division? I am the guy to put knockouts on the map.
And he has legitimate knockout power in both of his hands.
Yeah, he certainly does. He's obviously got a reasonable ground game as well, training out of Straight Blast Gym. Ireland, as we heard there in the BT, all those guys under John Kavanagh, great ground game, but really it's his boxing that sets McGregor apart.
Yeah, he's also used to last-minute pull-outs and changes of opponents, obviously with Aaron Janssen stepping up at the last minute, but he just doesn't seem to be faced by that one little bit.
Yeah, I think he'll be quite happy. He was originally working his way to cut to featherweight for this fight. Obviously, with Janssen stepping up at short notice, sorry. They've upped it to a lightweight bout here tonight, so that's probably going to suit Conor McGregor just fine.
Yes, he's being prepared cage side. When he walked in earlier this evening and looked around at this fabulous new arena here, he was in awe almost. He looked like a kid at Christmas. And here he is, Conor McGregor stepping into the cage.
And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, making his way to the cage from Oslo, Norway. Here is Aaron Janssen.
We welcome Aaron Janssen, representing Team Hellboy from Norway. Now, he is our late stand-in fighter, and bizarrely, he was requesting that if there were any pullouts at 70 kgs, he'd be interesting. Then, lo and behold, Nicholas Backstrom broke his hand on the way to the airport for Jordan. How unlucky for him, but it gives the opportunity to Aaron Janssen this evening.
Yeah, you can't script things like that, John. He was patiently waiting for his connecting flight in Istanbul to come out here and corner his teammate, Jack Hermanson, who we're going to see later on tonight. When the call came in, would you like to step up and fight at 70 kilos? He wasted no time. However, that has meant he cut something like 9 kilos for the weigh-ins yesterday.
Yeah, let's see if it'll affect him. I mean, it was a pretty emotional time for him coming to the cage just then. He's fighting on behalf of the innocent victims in Oslo. So he's really taken this to heart, and he's looking to put on a fabulous performance for us here at Cage Warriors.
Yeah, Janssen's a really game fighter. I've judged his fights in the past. Very good grappler. It's going to be interesting to see how he can deal with the incredibly aggressive striking of Conor McGregor, but the ground game is probably where Janssen is going to look to take this.
He's noticeably taller, but I don't for 1 minute think that he's going to try and stand with Conor.
Yeah, there's possibly a certain amount of experience difference as well. Aaron Janssen having a record of 2-1. Conor McGregor, 10 fights. So,
but he has worked his way up from the Scandinavian amateur circuit, so he's cut his teeth. He knows the deal.
Yeah, certainly right, John. He's obviously training out of Team Hellboy Hansen as well. They're going to be very well versed in pretty much all aspects of mixed martial arts, and I know for a fact he's travelled with a lot of his teammates to some very big events, so I don't expect this stage to face him in the slightest tonight.
He's got the crowd on the side this evening as we're ready to get this one underway. Let's throw over to Joe for the announcements.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the new boxing arena, King Hussein Youth City here in the capital city of Amman, Jordan. A very good evening and welcome, fight fans, to Cage Warriors Fight Night 2. Tonight, CWFC gives you a full night of professional mixed martial arts for your enjoyment. Brought to you by Amwaj International, Al Hamad Construction, Kia Motors, Spin Jordan, and Aya. Our first attraction tonight, 3 rounds scheduled in the lightweight division. This bout is brought to you by Al Gawad Newspaper. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, a stand-up fighter sitting 5 feet 9 inches tall. Official weight, 155 1/2 pounds. As a professional, his record stands 8 victories and just 2 defeats. He hails from Dublin, Ireland. Here is notorious Conor McGregor. And next, his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall. His weight, 154 1/2 pounds. As a professional, his record, 2 victories and 1 defeat. Hailing from Oslo, Norway, he is the Iron Fist, Aaron Janssen. Referee in charge of the action, Neil Hall.
So our referee for this one, Neil Hall, and a very pensive-looking Janssen in the red corner, Josh.
Oh, incredibly stern look on his face. If anyone told him Conor McGregor has a habit of finishing quickly, I don't think anyone told him.
Don't blink for this one, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, interesting gamesmanship from Conor McGregor in the opening stanza there.
The southpaw, Conor McGregor, wearing the wrestling shorts. Aaron Janssen from Norway wearing the black trunks.
Oh, good display of kicks from Aaron Janssen, trying to keep the range on Conor McGregor, let him stop him closing the distance quickly. But he is fast when he comes in with those hands, isn't he, John?
Yeah, absolutely. And Conor's looking very relaxed. His shoulders are nicely relaxed. He's a boxing coach at SBG.
Oh, lovely scramble forward from Aaron Johansson. Big pickup on the single leg and fantastic balance from Conor McGregor, keeping himself on the feet.
And strength in legs as well, actually. He really sort of propelled himself. We're seeing now that he's pressing Janssen up against the cage. Janssen looking perhaps to try and sneak his left arm through under the neck of McGregor.
Yeah, possible head and arm guillotine, but it's going to be very difficult to finish. You can already see Conor McGregor maintaining his posture, getting his head up, and he's got a good solid grip with that right hand on the left wrist of Aaron Janssen.
So Conor McGregor trying to soften Janssen with some knees as he pops his head out. Nasty foot stomps.
Yeah, this is an uncharacteristically slow start for Conor McGregor, isn't it, John?
Yes, Neil Hall actually calling for a little bit more action, which I'm quite sure that McGregor's never heard before.
Good head position from the Irishman, trying to get up under the chin of Aaron Janssen, really control his posture, force him into the cage and up onto his toes. That combined with a foot stomp. Oh, but Neil Hall calling for a break in the action.
Yes, McGregor will be happy for that. Oh, a nice head kick from Janssen.
Yeah, McGregor felt that through his gloves, and it seems to have injected a little bit of life into him.
And another attempt as well. And I think that McGregor might have clipped Janssen as he shot in.
Yeah, he's ended up in a pretty offensive half guard, has the Irishman on the top. He's got good control of the head, giving up the underhook on the side, though.
And this is where having a cornerman like John Kavanagh really comes into play. John Kavanagh of SBG, a real pioneer of mixed martial arts in Ireland.
Yeah, I was speaking to a few renowned figures in the last couple of days, and they said, you know what, Greg Jackson in the US, John Kavanagh in Europe.
I'm sure he'd be very proud to hear you say that.
And it's nice posture for striking from Conor McGregor, really throwing the legs to the side, landing a nice big shot.
And he's trying to hurt Janssen with some shots, and I think he's having some success with those, Josh.
Yeah, Janssen forced to scramble forward, but he's left himself open for a pretty nasty crossface from Conor McGregor.
Conor being told that he's got lots of time and he's picking his shots wisely. Janssen just covering at the moment.
Oh, lovely left knee to the rib. He was sitting in that side wedge position, but now just pinning the head and landing big strikes is Conor McGregor. Janssen's going to have to do something here.
And that's it. Neil Hall has called a halt to this. Janssen was not intelligently defending himself, and Conor McGregor wins by ground and pound and asks for a reaction from the crowd, which he gets.
Yeah, good display from the Irishman, a slightly more measured approach than usual, but getting the job done once again with some vicious hands.
Absolutely, still putting to use that excellent power that he has in both his left and his right. The southpaw fighter representing SBG and Ireland. Conor McGregor really does like this big stage. A convincing win over Aaron Janssen. We're going to make it official. Hand over to Joe in the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 3 minutes, 29 seconds of round number one. Referee Neil Hall calls a halt to the bout. For your winner by TKO victory from Dublin, Ireland, notorious Conor McGregor.
I'm here with our winner, notorious Conor McGregor. Conor, a much more measured performance than usual. You didn't perhaps come out as fast as we thought you might have.
Yeah.
Give us your thoughts on that fight.
Well, he's the bigger guy. I cut for featherweight, and then that got cancelled. So I had to take the fight at lightweight. So I knew this guy was going to be big. So I had to take my time, pick my shots, and get the win. That's my 10th MMA win. 8 of those are first round TKOs and KOs. All my wins are by knockout. Give me the belt. Give me the belt.
Yeah, you've got wins in just 4 and 16 seconds. Let us know what's next for Conor McGregor.
Tomorrow I'm going to chill by the pool. Pina coladas all around. And that's about all I'm thinking of right now. The belt as well. I want that belt badly. This is I have 5 fights on my contract for Cage Warriors. That's my first. I should send out a message to all the little scrawny featherweights out there that he was a stone heavier. He was a stone heavier than me, so imagine what I do to your little scrawny ass. Thanks.
Okay, well, strong words from Conor McGregor. And we very much look forward to seeing you again. Notorious Conor McGregor, ladies and gentlemen.